Do you think that if Mike, your dad, and Noah were all living with you, it would be complicated? And if so, how would you recommend navigating that?
So the answer is yes. I realized very quickly that as one adult, I was not able to keep my infant son, my husband with behavioral variant FTD, and my dad with young onset Alzheimer's disease. He was diagnosed at 59, all safe together in the same space by myself because I was only one person. Sometimes I had to go to the bathroom. Sometimes I was taking a shower. Sometimes I was sleeping. I remember my sister would say to me, "Why does every crisis start with you saying, 'I was in the shower, I was in the bathroom?'" And I thought, because I'm not watching them when I'm doing that. And caregivers should have the right to pay attention to their bodily needs and take care of themselves as well. So that is a great way to think about it. If you're not able to care for yourself while caring for your loved one, then that means you need extra help. I've heard it before. A life care manager once said to me, the time to think about bringing in help when your loved one is more than a one-on-one. Well, what does that mean, more than a one-on-one? It means that if your loved one's not safe while you're cooking a meal in the kitchen, answering a phone call, using the bathroom, switching the laundry, like there are times running a household where you are occupied by the running of the house. And if you need another person to keep your loved one safe, then that means they're more than a one-on-one. So I was not able to keep Mike, Dad, and Noah all safe together by myself. So it was so helpful to have the assistance of a skilled nursing facility that could care for Mike. And then I could manage Dad and Noah together.
So, Katie, how did you make the determination of when it's appropriate time for Mike to end up in a skilled care setting? Because I feel like there is a almost guilt, I would feel. It's like, now I have to pass this along. Can you talk about that?
Yes, I want to talk about this. One of the most important things that I think I can do. And really, you're asking two separate questions, right? So if we think of the logistics of where should care be provided, and then a separate question is, how do we feel about it? And sometimes those things match and sometimes they don't. So first, let's think about where should care be provided? Oftentimes, persons living with a diagnosis will say, I want to stay at home. That's my goal. I want to stay at home. I want to be with my loved ones and have them care for me. And so then I'll have a caregiver. This could be a spouse, an adult child who says, well, I promised my loved one that I would care for them at home. So if I don't fulfill that promise, I'm breaking a promise, I'm failing. But the reality is people living with dementia, whether it's caused by Alzheimer's or FTD, they have different and unique care needs. And they have different and unique environments. So one person may live in a home where everything is on the first floor and there are no stairs to navigate. And another person might live in a place where the bathroom is really small and it's hard to have a second person in there helping you. You have to think about safety first and foremost. Many of the caregivers that I work with today are surprised. They think that their loved one's going to move into a facility solely based on the stage of the disease. But often it's much more based on the caregiver's ability to meet the needs and the environment's ability to meet the needs.
No matter where you're watching the Dementia Collective from, if you get anything from this at all, anything, please like, comment, and subscribe. And most importantly, share this everywhere you possibly can. And if you're feeling extra generous, head to Apple Podcasts and Spotify and leave us a 5-star review.